afternoon. First of all, I would like to introduce myself to all of you here. I am Valena Wiwin. My student ID is 18104264449. I am from class G. I take accounting English from Mr. Adi Mursalin. In this opportunity, I would like to answer the question given by lecturer Mr. Adi Mursalin. The question consists of three parts, namely part A, which is related to the accounting theory and its parties, part B, which is related to video of accounting, and part C, which is related to accounting article. Well, I start to answer the question in part A. Number 1. What is accounting? Write the definition of accounting to 5 experts. Definition of accounting. Accounting is the recording of financial transaction analog with storing, sorting, retrieving, summarizing, and presenting the result in various reports and analysis. Accounting is also a field of study and profession designed to carry out those tasks. According to Warren Reef, accounting is an information system that provides reports to stakeholders about the economic activities and condition of a business. According to Donald Keyes, Jerry Wagner, Terry Warfield, accounting may be best defined as identification, measurement, and communication of financial information about economic entities to interested persons. According to Arnold, accounting is a system that provides information to anyone how much to make a decision and control the implementation of decision. According to Carlos Thomas Horgan and Walter T. Harrison, accounting is defined as an information system that measures business activities, processes data into a report, and communicates the result to decision makers. According to Dr. Miss Gate, accounting is applied science and the art of recording, where the processing and analysis of record is carried out continuously based on certain rules and systems. Number 2. What is accounting cycle? And explain in details the cycle or the stage of accounting cycle. The accounting cycle is the holistic process of recording and processing all financial transactions of a company, from when the transaction occurs to its expression on the financial statement to closing the accounts. Step in the accounting cycle. 1. Transaction. Transaction is financial transaction start the process. If there are not financial transactions, there will be nothing to keep track of. Transaction might include a debt payoff, any purchase or acquisition of assets, sales, rent, or any expenses incurred. 2. Journal entries. Journal entries. With the transaction set in place, the next step is to record these entries in the company journal in chronological order, in debiting one or more accounts and crediting one or more accounts. The debit and credit must always balance. 3. Posting to the general ledger. Posting to the general ledger. The journal entries are then posted to the general ledger where a summary of all transactions to individual accounts can be seen. 4. Trial balance. Trial balance at the end of the accounting period, or which might be quarterly, monthly, or yearly, depending on the company. A total balance is calculated for the accounts. 5. Worksheet. Worksheet. When the debit and credit on the trial balance don't match, the bookkeeper must look for error and make corrective adjustments that are tracked on worksheet. 6. Adjusting entries. Adjusting entries at the end of the company's accounting period. Adjusting entries must be posted to account for accrual and deferrals. 7. Financial statement. Financial statement, the balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statement can be prepared using the correct balance. 8. Closing. Closing, the revenue and expense accounts are closed and zeroed out for the next accounting cycle. This is because revenue and expense accounts are income statement accounts, which show performance for a specific period. Balance sheet accounts are not closed because they show the company financial position at the current point in time. Number 3. Mention the accounting equation and explain the components of accounting equation. The formula for the accounting equation is equity asset sum it liabilities plus owner equity. Asset include cash and cash equivalents or liquid asset, which might include treasury bills and certificates of deposit. Liabilities are what a company typically owes or needs to pay to keep the company running. Shareholders' equity. Shareholders' equity is a company total asset minus its total liabilities. Number 4. What is accounting and why are the use of accounts in accounting equation? The account is a historical record of addition and subtraction per type of financial transaction in accordance with the categories of elements in the accounting equation, namely asset, liabilities, equity, income, and company expense. Why? To be more specific in explaining the recorded transaction. Number 5. What is the purpose of accounting? The purpose of accounting is to accumulate and report on financial information about the performance, financial position, and cash flow of a business. Number 6. What are asset, liabilities, and owner equity? Asset include cash and cash equivalents or liquid asset, which might include treasury bill and certificate of deposit. Liabilities are what a company typically owes or needs to pay to keep the company running. Shareholder equity. Shareholder equity is a company's total asset minus its total liabilities. Number 7. What is business transaction? A business transaction is an economic event with a third party that is recorded in an organization accounting system. Number 8. What are revenue, expense, and withdrawal? revenue or income. Money the company earns from its sales of product or service, and interest and dividends earned from marketable securities. Expense money the company spends to produce the goods or service that it sells, or X, office supplies, utilities, advertising. Withdrawals or owner withdrawals are payments from an owner share in a company. In other words, it's money to the owner took out of the company to use for personal expenses. Number 9. Explain the step for analyzing the business transaction. The step in analyzing business transactions can be done in the following order. Determine the effect of a transaction on an asset account, liability, owner equity, or including income and accounts. Determine the effect of the transaction on each account. Whether the account has increased or decreased. Determine whether the increase or decrease in the account must be recorded next to the credit or next to the debit. Number 10. 1 March 3, 2017, Mr. Adi deposited 100 million to Fast Media companies as an initial capital deposit. Transaction analysis. The transaction resulted in an increase in the company cash of 100 million on the debit side and owner's capital increase of the same amount on the credit side. On March 5, 2017, Fast Media bought 5 Lenovo laptops worth $2,500,000 in cash. Transaction analysis. The Lenovo laptop equipment purchase transaction in cash result in an increase and decrease in asset on the debit side, namely a decrease in the cash account and an increase or increase in the equipment account. Nevertheless, the total asset value remain the same because the change occurs only in the company of the asset. On March 14, 2017, Fast Media bought consumable or BHP, namely printer ink, HVS paper, and sticker paper from a glorious rate valued at 4,700,000. The registrar agreed that the bill would be paid in April 2017. Transaction analysis. The transaction in the pursuit of consumable on credit or debt. As a result, there is an increase in consumable, which are assets, on the debit side, and at the same time there is an increase on debit to the glorious and soft, which is recorded on the credit side. On March 16, 2017, the Fast Media company issued cash 12 million to pay for the personal needs of the father. Transaction analysis. The transaction was a decrease in cash which resulted in a reduced asset value on the debit side of 12 12 millions. At the same, the capital of the gamble on the credit side decreased by the same amount, 12 million IDR prefer. On March 2017, Fox Media paid a salary of 3,500,000 and an office rental fee of 5,800,000. Transaction analysis. The tune fee payment result in a decrease in asset, more precisely cash of 9,300,000 on the debit side, and at the same time increased cash result in a decrease in capital on the credit side. On April 10, 2017, Fox Media paid debt to a glorious rate of worth 4,700,000 in cash. Transaction analysis. The transaction result in a decrease in asset due to payment in cash. The cash value was recorded by 4,700,000. With the same amount of the credit side decreasing debt of 4,700,000. Number 11. Cecil Jameson, attorney at law, is a prospective owned and operated by Cecil Jameson. On July 1, 2007, Cecil Jameson, attorney at law, has the following assets and liabilities: cash, 1,000 accounts receivable, 3,200 supplies, 850 land, 10,000 accounts payable, 1,530 office space and office equipment are currently being rented pending the construction of office complex on land proportion last year. Business transactions during July are summarized as follows. Received cash from Silent for service, 3,928. Cash increase, 3,928. Debit side, income decrease, 3,928. Credit side. Paid creditor on account 1,055. Account payable increase 1,055. Debit side. Cash decrease 1,055. Debit side. Receive cash from Cecil Jameson as an additional investment, 3,700. Debit side. Cash increase 3,700. Debit side. Owner equity decrease 3,700. Credit side. Paid office rent for the month, 1,200. Debit side. Rent expense increase 1,200. Debit side. Cash 1,200. Credit side. Charge client for legal service on account, 2025. Cash increase 2025. Debit side. Income decreased 2025 credit side. First head of office supplies on account 245. Supplies increased to 245. Debit side cash 2,245. Credit side. Receive cash from client on account 3,000. Cash increased 3,000. Debit side. Income decreased 3,000. Credit side. Receive invoice for paralegal service from legal aid in for July to be paid on August 10, 1,635. Account payable 1,635. Debit side and cash decrease 1,635. Credit side. A. Paying the following wages expense 850, insurance service expense 250, utilities expense 325, and miscellaneous expense 75. Wages express increase 850. Debit side service express increase 250. Debit side utilities expense increase 325. Debit side miscellaneous expense increase 75. Debit side and cash decrease 1,500. Credit side. Determine that the cost of official supplies on hand was 980. Therefore, the cost of supplies used during the month was 115. Supply increase 115. Debit side cash increase 825. Debit side supplies expense decrease 980. Credit side. Jameson withdraw 1,000 in cash from the business for personal use. Brief increase 1,000. Debit side. Cash decrease 1,000. Credit side. Introduction. 1. Determine the amount of overall equity Cecil Jameson capital as of July 1 to 2007. Owner equity 13,520. 2. State the asset, liabilities, and owner equity as of July 1 in equation from similar to that shown in the chapter. In tabular from below, the equation indicate the increase and decrease resulting from each transaction and new balance after each transaction. Asset, sum it liabilities plus owner equity. 15,000. Sum it 1,005 13 plus 13,520. Part B. In this part, the questions are related to the accounting video. You must answer the question based on the following introduction. A. What is the title of the video? B. How is the speaker in the video tell you? C. What does the video tell you? D. Explain the content detail of the video you watch. A. What are the benefits for you watching the video? Please open the following links and watch them. First link. A. Principle of accounting. B. Mark Kirstiverson. C. Accounting process user accounting data ethnics in financial reporting assumptions, the basics, accounting equation, transaction, and financial statements. D. The purpose of the accounting is to 1. Identify, record, and communicate the economic events of N. 2. Organization. 2. 3. Intersect user accounting data, sum it management, human resources, finance, and marketing. Financial statements, sum it balance sheet, income statement, statement of owner equity, statement of cash flow not disclosed. The basis accounting equation, sum it asset, sum it liability plus owner equity. A. Can understand the accounting principle and apply it in economic activities. Second link. A. Accounting equation and how transaction affect the equation. B. Mr. the price. C. Equation asset, liabilities, and hours equity and definition of accounting. The asset is something of value out by a business, example, cash, supplies, and equipment. Liabilities is an amount out of business, explain. A vendor allows you to buy now and pay later. A bank loans you money. Hours equity is the hours share of asset after liabilities are stated. Definition of accounting, sum it, planning, recording, analyzing, and interpreting financial information. A. Can analyzing accounting equation and now affect the equation. Third link. A. How to do a balance sheet. B. Support part CPA. C. How to do balance sheet. D. How to do balance sheet. First of all, there are two sides to the balance sheet, the right and left side. On the left side, you will have your asset. On the right side, you will have two sections, liabilities and owner's equity. The left and right side will always be equal, and the main balance sheet equation is asset sum it liabilities plus owner's equity. This makes sense because the assets are on the left side and it will always equal what is on the right side, which is the liabilities and owner's equity accounts added together. See, I know how to do balance sheet. Link 4. A. Financial accounting income statement. B. Math feature. See income statement. The income statement and format of the statement, revenues, expenses, sum it, net income. The part of income statement is sales, cost of goods sold, gross profit, internal expense, and net income. I have now about financial accounting. Link 5. A. Introduction to Accounting 1. B. Kimberly Dunn. C. What is accounting? Tax accounting, managerial accounting, and financial accounting. D. What is accounting? Accounting is language of business. Tax accounting is a small part of accounting, and tax accounting helps determine how much is owed to be government for taxes. Managerial accounting is designed to help people inside the business make education. Financial accounting is designed to help people outside the business make decision. I can identify accounting. Part C. 1. Yes, because accounting provides you with skill and knowledge that can be applied to a number of industries. In fact, so long as there are business in the world, accounts will always be needed. 2. Organize financial record. Review statement for inquiry. Make certain the record and statement complies with the law. Compute tax or not. Prepare tax rate and sure perform payment. Inspect account books and accounting system to keep up to date. Suggest ways to record everything and increase revenues and profit. Profit auditing service. 3. Because even if you did want to branch out into finance and economics as a background in accounting lies the available groundwork for developing broader monetary theory. Accounting can hone the craft toward the application of known methodologies. The skills are desert in every industry. For most accountant, it's never hard to find. 4. The most common course to study for a career in accounting is a diploma of accounting. When studying accounting, you will acquire knowledge about the law that govern business, typical business administration schemes, the ethics of accounting, ethics, and accounting theory. You will be taught how to prepare the key document that your job will involve, including business proposal, financial statements, and tax returns. 5. Yes, because accounting could be right up your alley. However, if you like a role that is constantly shifting and requiring more speculation and risk taking, you may want to try other financial roles. Sure, it's normal to not have your future career entirely figured out. There are lots of people whose job it is to help talk you through the decision. If you cannot quit this, if a diploma of accounting is right for you, you can always talk to a student advisor to the head of the department at the education institute you want to study at. That's why you can get some advice from people who have thought understanding of trade course and industry. 7. If you decide to study a diploma of accounting, you probably won't have to wait long to start working. Jobs in accounting are always in demand, and the skill you learn studying accounting Lonsel Institute has a great rank of certificates and diploma to choose from, so go ahead and contact us today. Okay, thank you.